Hey, Facebook Live. Officer Shane here with
Hello.
Sergeant Boyer, and it's time for another Ask a Motor Cop. And today we're going to be, Sergeant Boyer and I are going to be discussing something kind of important. And with the COVID-19 pandemic, a lot more people are staying at home, a lot less cars on the road, a lot less people are driving.
Weird times right now.
Weird times. Very, very weird. So with that, what's happening? People are driving faster because there's no traffic. There's no barrier, i.e. traffic, to slow people down. So
I just don't think people realize, right? They don't realize how much that traffic in front of them naturally slows them down.
Right.
And when there's no traffic on the road, you just keep going faster and faster, and I just don't think they get
that
it.
Foot just wants to go down. And it's just, we're trying to get used to this, and a lot of people are thinking it's great because there's no traffic, there's no other cars, so I can get to where I need to faster. Well, that's not what we want you to do. We want you to get there safe, and please stay within the speed limit. So I got a few statistics to throw at you. And when the whole COVID-19, but pretty much the lockdown happened, we had one fatal traffic collision in our city, and it was directly related to speed.
So this is one within the time since we've shut down.
Correct.
Okay.
And that was speeding, and it involved also running a red light. So I'm just going to throw out a speed to this car. This car on a city street within the city of Anaheim was going 90 miles an hour.
And obviously, I believe 90 miles an hour through a red light.
Correct.
That's pretty fast on a city street, wouldn't you say?
Oh, absolutely.
I'd say. A wise old motor cop once told me that speed kills.
That was me.
That was true.
So another statistic I want to throw at you is this is from the California Highway Patrol, and just for the CHP, their citations for folks going over 100 miles an hour on the freeway is up 80%. I mean, that's huge.
Again, it's just people that you get that Autobahn mentality, right? There's nothing to slow you down. You just keep going faster and faster and faster. Many cities, and I believe ours is one of them, have even started to change the light patterns on their intersections to where they're rotating onto like a nighttime system to slow traffic down naturally because the cars just aren't there.
So we're working on that, and not only us, but a lot of other cities throughout the nation are looking at that. And this is not just Southern California, Anaheim. This is all over the nation. This is happening. And this is for LA. And in LA County, just the average speed, because there's nobody on the road, is up 48%. So almost 50% people are going faster. Yeah. So that's really huge. And another thing I want to bring up is, the faster you go, the less time you have to perceive a hazard, and the less time you have to react to that. And then also with that, your stopping distance increases. So let's just say at 30 miles an hour, at about 30 miles an hour, you're traveling 45 feet a second. And, if you do the math on that, that's pretty quick. So just realize that the faster you're going, the less time you have to see that child or whatever it is come out into the road, the less time you have to process that. We're talking,
and that's the rub too, right, Shane? Because on the other side of it, you have those pedestrians or people on bicycles, and their inability to perceive speed because what you believe is a safe amount of time for you to cross the road, if somebody's going 30 miles per hour over the posted speed limit, so say the posted speed limit's 35 and you're going 55, now you're 20 over, that perception for that pedestrian or that person on the bike, it's drastically different, and you will not have enough time to make it where normally you would.
Right, it's a dangerous situation. So on average, it takes about 3/4 of a second to actually perceive a hazard, and then another 3/4 of a second to react to that. So you're already 1.5 seconds behind the 8 ball. And then not to mention, the faster you're going, you slam on those brakes, it's going to take you longer to come to a complete stop. So please keep that in mind. Also, I want to bring up is with everybody staying home, there's a lot more cars parked on the side of the roads now. So with that, please slow down, especially in residential areas where there's a high concentration of people living, like such as apartment complexes and whatnot. There's a lot more cars on the street. The faster you go, the less time you're going to have to see that child that comes out between the parked cars or whatever it may be, and to react to that. So be cognizant of that as well.
So I guess we're just really trying to say, slow down.
Yeah. You lead foots?
Slow down. There is one other thing I wanted to talk about too.
I think I know what this is going to be.
It's the wacky tobacky.
Oh,
the old wacky tobacky. We know how you love your marijuana here in California, Facebook Livers. And all we want to tell you is that even though Amazon will not bring that to your door, and you still got to sneak out of the house with your mask on to pick up whatever you're going to pick up from your local dispensary or marijuana store.
Your herbs.
Please, please, please wait till you get back to your house to partake. Please don't be using these different edibles or smoking or whatever you use. Don't use that in your car. Wait till you get all the way home, because with that impairment, which is just the same as alcohol, and speed, those issues and problems become exponentially worse.
Absolutely.
And not only for the people that you would be involved in the accident with, the punishment goes up exponentially also, and it just becomes a super dangerous problem. So I know a lot of people are dealing with their stress in this time a certain way. But please, please, please make sure that you deal with your stress safely at home.
And that, whether it be marijuana, alcohol, prescription medication.
Absolutely.
Be cognizant of that. I don't know, many of you probably do. You follow us on Instagram. And if you've looked over the last few weeks, we've actually had a little bit of a rise of DUI-related crashes, especially at night.
Yes.
There's some carnage happening, and it's all based on marijuana, alcohol, and prescription drugs. So please be cognizant of that. Spread that to your friends and family to slow it down. Let's not use the stuff that impairs us, and let's get through this together. So, you have anything else to add, Rick, before we sign off?
For goodness sakes, wash your hands!
Wash the hands. Wash the hands. Social distancing, wear a mask. Let's get through this together, and please stay safe, and please be healthy. And we'll see you next time.